96.7 KCAL rocks, one of my favorite times, and man, do we have some stuff to talk about today. That's why we got our guy, Pep. Pep, what's going on, my man?
Yo, man, we always got stuff to talk about, Patrick, and it is a big day, especially if you're a Dodger fan, because today is the day that Shohei Ohtani will be officially introduced as a member of the Dodgers. There's a big press conference set up for later this afternoon. We'll hear from Ohtani. They'll probably talk about how they were able to use a strategic way to structure the contract, so he's not going to get paid the bulk of that $700 million until actually the contract is over. So the Dodgers have plenty of money, believe it or not, to go get other guys. So I'm sure they'll go over all of that, but today's the day. They will officially introduce him as a Dodger.
We believe this is the accounting move of the year
of the century.
Major League Baseball. I mean, an accounting move I like to call this the Bobby Bonilla plan on steroids.
Oh, yeah. If you thought Bobby Bonilla was going to get paid for forever, Shohei Ohtani is going to get paid for forever. 680 of that $700 million. Think about that. That's almost $1 billion it will be paid after the contract.
So he's not getting a ton of the money right now, but he is making a ton on endorsements and stuff. I think it's a brilliant move. You can tell some other clubs are a little upset about it. Whoa, wait, can they do it? I think the Dodgers just figured it out quicker than everyone else.
Yeah, I don't know if there was like a secret loophole or something that they discovered, or people just didn't, baseball executives didn't think about this. Even my wife was like, why doesn't every team do that? I'm like, well, that's a really good question. I don't think no one's ever thought about this, to do it this way, so that he's still going to get all his money. In fact, he's probably getting more money than we ever thought. I thought he was going to be around $500 million. It's going to be $700 million, so he's getting even more. And the Dodgers aren't going to feel that pinch every year for that, the salary cap. They're going to be like, okay, we can go get other guys to complement Ohtani, because Patrick, if you look at it, he wants to win. Like, maybe he thought the Angels weren't going to win. He can go to the Dodgers and still get his money, although it would be delayed. He'll still get his money in the long run, and they're going to build a champion.
So now I hear that they're going to be going after Yamamoto. Of course, the Japanese phenom kind of reminds me of Nomo a little bit. And then quickly, I just wanted to remind people that we also heard that the San Francisco Giants were ready to give up $700 million as well. But Ohtani and his crew felt that San Francisco is so dangerous and in such bad shape, he didn't want to deal with it. So he came to LA.
Yeah, that is the rumor, that he felt that San Francisco was not only dangerous, but also very dirty, and he did not. Now, did Ohtani say that, or through his interpreter? No, he didn't say that, but that's the rumor going around, that, the Giants offered him, if not the same deal, something very similar, and he's like, oh, no, I do not want to be up there.
I'd rather just stay where I'm at, essentially, SoCal.
Yes, stay in Southern California. He's probably very comfortable and familiar, so it made a lot of sense. So today's the big press conference. Oh, and I should mention this too. Joe Kelly, our guy, the pride of Corona High School and UC Riverside, will not be wearing number 17 for the Dodgers next season. He signed a one-year deal to come back to the Dodger Blue, but he's going to give up his 17 for Shohei Ohtani, so now Joe Kelly will be rocking the old Manny Ramirez, number 99.
Yes, or Wild Thing from Major League, the movie. It's perfect. I love it.
No, you're probably right. It's more applicable that it's after Wild Thing from Major League than it is Manny Ramirez. Yeah, so Joe Kelly, our guy, giving up his number for Ohtani. Maybe he had to pay for it. I don't know.
If he plays the song Wild Thing as he comes in, it'll be great.
Dude, embrace it. I would just roll with it. I would just go all in and do that Wild Thing. So that would be pretty cool. All right, so the big press conference is today. We also got NFL Thursday night foosball. The Chargers on the road at the Las Vegas Raiders. Get ready for an old-fashioned Easton Stick versus Aiden O'Connell battle at quarterback for the Lightning Bolts and the Silver Black, because Justin Herbert's out with the season-ending finger surgery.
Right, the finger, man. It can take you out. And, boy, the Chargers, just so much talent. It is hard to watch it just go down the drain. But could be a battle to the bottom here, man. Who's going to get the draft pick?
Oh, man, it could be an ugly game. Like I told you, I think I told you on Monday, I was at the Raiders game on Sunday against the Vikings, and it was 3-0 Minnesota, tying the lowest scoring game in NFL history. So that Raiders offense is awful. Why Jimmy G's not in there right now to at least bring something to the offense, I don't know, but this might be an ugly game as well against the Chargers tonight.
You might be onto something like that. I've heard a couple of rumors that Jimmy G will get put back in because Aiden is struggling so much with the offense. Could we see Jimmy G once again? There's a rumor also that you might be better off to lose this game at this point for both teams to get a better draft pick.
Yeah, not only draft picks, but even for the Chargers right now. I know it's still premature, but let's say Brandon Staley, the head coach of the Chargers, is not going to be with the team next season, if you feel me. But there's also rumors out there, Bill Belichick of the Patriots, that his run with New England is going to be over as well this offseason. Could you see a scenario where Belichick will be a free agent? Could he end up with the Chargers, live in Southern California, resurrect the Chargers?
Man, I heard the same thing. Belichick was getting hammered at the press conference, which he absolutely fouled every reporter off, as he always does. Quickly, is Jim Harbaugh locked down at Michigan? I'm just curious because Harbaugh to the Chargers, I think, would change everything. I do believe he's going to get locked down at Michigan, but I did hear that they want him to not go after NFL jobs. And he's like, He doesn't know about that.
Yeah, if my memory serves me correctly, he just got a new big contract recently, and they're trying to even throw more money at him because you would think the Chargers. Also, remember he was a quarterback in the NFL. He played for the Bears and he played for the Colts. The Bears, they're going to have an opening, and would that make a lot of sense because he's already a Midwest guy. He could fit right in. So I don't know. Jim Harbaugh could be out there as well, especially. There's rumors that if Michigan wins the whole thing, if they win the national championship, he will feel like, okay, I did what I set out to do. The job is done. What's next?
Harbaugh may have some options here, Pat.
He might. So keep an eye on that. I did want to mention real quick in the NFL, we've got a Saturday triple header. We got Saturday NFL football. It's that time of the year, Patrick, including the Broncos versus the Lions. It's actually a huge game. Who knew?
Who knew the Broncos would battle back like this to really be on top of the AFC West? Unbelievable. I mean, I know the Chiefs are kind of crumbling right now, but the Broncos are coming on strong. And you know what? We know Russell Wilson. And in these games, they're letting him hang around in the fourth quarter, and that's when he's at his best.
Yeah, Denver challenging Kansas City for the division lead and fighting for a playoff spot. No, listen, even a Broncos fan would say nobody saw this coming, like up 2 months ago. Like they were so bad, but they've really turned things around. So that game against Detroit's actually a big one. That's the nightcap on Saturday. There's a triple header on Saturday. That's the big one. That's the one at night.
I could see them winning this game because if there's anybody you cannot leave a single breath of air to in the fourth quarter, it is that guy, and he's just been doing it over and over again.
Yeah, man. He's got a track record, right, in a good way. So we'll see what happens on Saturday. One quick college football note: we got the big LA Bowl coming up at SoFi Stadium on Saturday. UCLA, Chip Kelly still in his spot as the head coach of the Bruins, taking on Boise State, who they've got a new head coach, Spencer Danielson. Sounds like the team really loves this guy. I do want to give a shout out to the former Boise State head coach, Andy Avalos. He's a Corona High School guy. He's from the IE, but he was relieved during the season, but he found a good landing spot. He's now the defensive coordinator at TCU, so he's back in a good spot with the Horned Frogs.
And then also, shout out to sales guy Tony here at KCAL. His twin boys are going to Boise State. They're in the band. They're pumped to be at the LA Bowl. It's so cool. They don't have to travel.
That's great for Tony, right? You just go down the road. He got the home games against UCLA.
So cool, man.
So we got a triple header on the NFL on Saturday. It is also college football bowl season, so enjoy. And finally here, Patrick, NBA news. This was the big news, not the Lakers winning the in-season tournament, which was also, pretty big for the Lakers, but Draymond Green the other day going nuts, going Draymond Green again. And this time, Patrick, it looks like the NBA is really going to drop the hammer. He's had some significant suspensions before, but the suspension right now is indefinite. Like, they don't know when he's coming back. I don't know if the NBA has even decided what this is going to look like.
I think everyone needs to brace themselves a little bit because this is going to be a big one because they're going to try to send a message to him. Also, he has 19 ejections, man. And, I mean, he's rivaling Rasheed Wallace, but he's making Rasheed look good because Rasheed was all verbal. This is chokeholds and socking people in the face. It's not MMA, dude. I think they're going to bring down the hammer. This is like Malice in the Palace, I believe.
Yeah. You know what? Like some people were trying to tell me, because again, Patrick, we're about the same age. Like during the '80s, man, basketball in the NBA was physical. You had the bad boys, the Detroit Pistons. Like it was physical guys. There's altercations all the time. They're like, hey, this is just '80s basketball, man. He's just trying to bring the '80s back. He's old school. I don't know, man. I just don't see a place for it, and he's now he's hurting Golden State. You know what I mean? Like they're not even actually really that good this season, but he's actually pulling the team back in the negative direction now. So I don't know how this ends, but Draymond's got to learn a lesson, and the NBA is trying to teach that.
It's not going to end well for him because he's already cost his team basically a championship. It could be argued when he got into the altercation with LeBron. You know what I mean? I'm glad for LeBron, but. It could be argued his teammates need him, dude. Kids, learn from this. Don't do this to your teammates and your coaches. I get being the tough guy and all that stuff, but the 80s and the 90s basketball, that is over. It is just a different time now, and I think they're going to drop the hammer on him, Pep.
Yeah, as we talk on this Thursday morning, we still don't know. It's indefinite. Not that it's going to be the entire season, but it's going to be significant, and they're going to try to the NBA is going to try to make a statement like, dude, you cannot do this again. And if you do, I don't know. I don't know what's beyond this if they come down real hard.
I bet it comes out tomorrow. So Monday when we catch up with Pep, I think we'll know a lot more. They're going to do the Friday news dump on us, Pep. So we got football all over the weekend and then a lot to talk about on Monday. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Dude, I'm going to be feasting on football once again. In the meantime, get my stuff like Jaden Daniels winning the Heisman. You can find that on Inland Sports. We got a website. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Check it out. It's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.